Well, hello there, Australia. I'm Isaiah Mustafa, a.k.a. the most man on the internet, a.k.a. 100 kilograms of lean manhood. I'm bringing my budgie smugglers down under to introduce to you, yes you, the biggest thing to ever happen to the way you communicate with and connect to the people you care about most. It's quick, it's easy, and there's only a short window of opportunity to see it, and me, and us. So good day, Land of Oz. I've got a lot of swimming to do.
Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, this is Stephen Paul.
Yeah, this is not the Old Spice show.
No, it's not. We couldn't resist not running that one. Okay, it was just perfect intro. It was better than what we could have come up with ourselves, to be honest. But yes, this is Daily Brief for Friday, the October 15th, and Steve, Paul, we're here. What can you say?
And apparently so is the Old Spice guy.
Yeah.
Because the Old Spice guy, Isaiah Mustafa, is apparently down in Australia to promote the launch of Windows Phone 7.
Do you think he really swam all the way?
I wouldn't be surprised. Do you see the pecs on that guy? I mean, he's trying really hard to be me,
Yeah. Okay.
But, no, basically this came out of Microsoft Australia. Somebody internal, I believe, basically surfaced this video. And it's got to do with the promotion of Windows Phone 7, which of course has an imminent relaunch on October 21st down there.
Hey, you know what? I wonder if this little jingle will end up being the startup sound for the phone.
Well, the jingle is missing, the Old Spice jingle. But yeah, can you imagine that? You turn on your Windows Phone 7 and what? No, it's awesome. I mean, you know what? I love to see this kind of creativity. Okay, it's not creativity, it's a blatant rip-off of Old Spice, but come on, it's excellent. And I love the fact that through the entire ad, there's only one reference
to Windows.
Yes,
and a link.
Window of opportunity, That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's made my Friday, really.
Yeah. Now, we know that October 26th is supposed to be the announcement of Office for Mac 2011, but word is that there's going to be another announcement on Tuesday the 19th, but nobody seems to know what it's about.
Yeah, it's again, this information has come out that Kirk Delbane and Chris Capicella, the two of these guys are. Kirk Delbane is the president of the Microsoft Office division. The other fellow is the vice president for Information Work Product Management Group, which is a mouthful in itself. And basically, they're making another Office-based announcement. Well, we're assuming it's an Office announcement because of the division in which they work. But we have no details as to what it was. Lots of speculation going on about whether or not it's going to be a version of Office for the iPad. So, there's an app for that. Considering, we do have Office Online.
Well, that would be an interesting idea. Having a usable Office app on the iPad.
But you see, the iPad there's not enough iPad users to warrant that. There's how many of them? Think of it in a worldwide scale. 13 million. How many can be? Don't get me started on how developing applications, the amount of resources poured into developing applications for that platform on its own. It's completely disproportionate. Anyway, there's also talk of SkyDrive integration for Windows Phone 7 or possibly Office for Android.
Interesting possibility all the way around.
Or possibly all three.
The only problem I have is that next week when these nice little tidbits come out, it's also the same time that Apple is going to be releasing their third quarterly report, and they have another big Mac-oriented presentation. So in other words, so in other words, the tech blogosphere will be going nuts over Apple. And
but look, Steve, that kind of mentality is what allows Apple to dominate the news cycle.
Yeah.
Let's not release anything because Apple's releasing it. No, if they're dominating the news cycle, it's because you're not doing something right.
But what I'm finding, like, I was going to get to that point, is that suddenly we've got Microsoft doing all kinds of interesting announcements that where we would never heard this stuff before until it was like, bang, there it was.
Yeah, it's they've certainly taken a major sort of change in approach to their marketing and their attempts to manage the news cycle, as we're seeing. And of course, once again, this is the week that we thought we'd have no news from Microsoft after the release of Windows Phone 7. But you know what? They're still doing things, but they may have put a foot wrong.
Yes.
This week.
Yes. And okay, what happened was that they came out with a nice video presentation to compete against OpenOffice. It wasn't really competing.
Well, basically, it's not competing against. It's a slap in the face. It's kicking the ball.
Yeah.
Basically what it is. And basically what they've done is they've gotten a whole bunch of quotes from, people in the field who are talking about, how, OpenOffice sounds brilliant to begin with, but at the end, it doesn't actually save you money. It costs you money because of implementation and the fact that users don't know how to use it and they've got to get familiar with it, etc., etc., etc. Importing problems. How kids in school that submit their homework in Office documents rather than Word documents get lower grades because the things don't format properly.
Yeah.
All this sort of stuff. It's a beautiful, let's be honest, it's a beautiful piece of work.
Oh, yeah.
It looks gorgeous. It's beautiful typography, the whole lot. It's damning. It slaps down. But you know what? It's not. Look, we've got an upcoming release of Office 2011 for the Mac. Okay? We've got a lot going on with Microsoft Office Online, etc., etc. They need to batten down the hatches. They need to be... Look, this is one of their core businesses, and they have to... You have to defend your core business. And
I understand that. The problem I have with that is that this kind of thing feeds into the trolls. Okay? And
Screw the trolls.
Yeah, but I don't think...
The trolls are cheap-ass gits who use OpenOffice because... they're too cheap to pay for a product that actually works. And I've used OpenOffice many, many, many times. Every time I get annoyed with paying a Microsoft license. But at the end of the day, I have to go back to Microsoft because OpenOffice doesn't provide what I need. For all their talks about compatibility and everything, it never is 100% compatible. Things never format properly.
No, hang on, I just got to plug something here.
Just go and unplug your internet connection.
No, wrong one. I think Microsoft could have just basically either ignored it or not gone on such an attack because it just, I don't know, it bothered me. But I agree with you. It's well done. It's factual. Whatever. I don't like OpenOffice. Never have. Tried it many times.
And don't get me wrong when I say I don't like OpenOffice. I love the idea of open source. I love open source software. I'm a strong advocate to it. But right now, OpenOffice is not and never has been a viable replacement for the majority of people.
Now, Mary Jo Foley came out with a post asking, "Are Windows Phone 7 slates waiting in the wings? Don't get your hopes up."
Well, that's the typo, but her post is very, very wishy-washy as to whether or not they are or whether or not they aren't. Of more interest to me as to whether or not they're actually coming or not, because let's be honest, they are coming. It's just a matter of when. Is the stuff that we're actually starting to see come out.
I still don't like slates.
You just want the Tonker toy Acer that we saw the other day. Acer. The Happy. Stevie wants a Happy.
I want a Happy. Happy.
But anyway, what is coming out, that may not be quite so happy, is the To-Go pad from a US company to go to McDonald's and get me a burger, you git. I'm hungry. As the US company, CTL, has released the To-Go pad. Now, the price tag is about $500. It's a 10-inch tablet. It's got 10 1024 by 600 capacitive touchscreen, which again for me is too small in terms of resolution. But some of the specs on this thing for the price are pretty impressive, even though the battery life is reported as being a little bit on the low side. But then again, considering that what you're getting inside this thing is a 1.66 gigahertz Intel Atom N450 processor, 2 gigs of RAM, and a 250 gig hard drive, as well as all the other bells and whistles. And it starts to look like a pretty interesting prospect for somebody who, like me, wants to be productive.
Boo.
Hodson.
Boo. Now, this came out the other day. There's a rumor we'll say it's a rumor, but we didn't write it as such. But will Microsoft run out of Kinect sets for Christmas?
Yes, because you always get these rumors whenever there's very, very strong sales on an item. And the fact of the matter is they came out with Kinect and it's already sold out.
Yeah.
The pre-launch units are sold out. But various sites reporting on it. The MCV, an English site, MCV UK, did get in touch with, I believe it was the UK's some director or other anyway over there from Microsoft. And basically they have said that, look, they're going to make sure that there's more units than ever for the launch. They've made more units than they ever have for any Xbox launch ever. So, you know, they will meet demand.
Yeah. Well, on that note, I think we're coming up on our closing out time here. Yeah, we are. We're toast. We're done.
Don't you dare!
On that note, this is Stephen.
Do you not want to be banned from YouTube for people's heads spontaneously exploding at that site?
This is Steve. That's Paul. It's been Daily Brief for October the 15th. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Have a good one, folks.